Major Orioles updates. Gunnar is out of his slump, but Zack Eflin leaves the game with a potential injury, and it is not at all good news in Birdland. Hello, everybody. I'm Jon Leiberman. This is Orioles Digest. The O's obviously out west in the desert with Arizona. Zack Eflin leaves the game after an amazing performance, leaves with an injury. We're going to get to all the details on that in a moment. Gunnar Henderson breaks out of his slump in a big way. We're going to get to that. And the Orioles make a trade with the Milwaukee Brewers. What it all means for the Birds in just a moment. Please like, subscribe, do all of the things because we are here all season long for you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And unfortunately, this morning, we have to start with the bad out of Arizona, which has to do with Zack Eflin. Zack Eflin left the game after an absolutely amazing six-inning performance. In fact, Zack Eflin is the first Orioles starter to begin a season with at least 3 consecutive quality starts since Dylan Bundy in 2018. Look at these numbers on the year for Zack. It doesn't get that much better. The 3-run ERA. Last night in Arizona, he was absolutely lights out. He threw 73 pitches, 6 innings. You see the line there. 2 runs on 2 hits. He walked 1, struck out 2. It was an incredibly efficient performance for Zack Eflin. But then something happened. And that something was, here's Zack coming off the mound after 6. He looks absolutely fine. Looks like there's no issues at all. No issues at all. Coming off the mound in the 6th. He given up a run on 4 hits and looked absolutely outstanding. But he did not come out for the 7th, and the question started. Apparently, he told Brandon Hyde he was feeling some fatigue in his left shoulder. Sounds minor. We hope it's minor. Many tests will be done today, Tuesday. What concerns me were the comments after the ball game, and if you read between the lines, it wasn't exactly a ringing endorsement that there was nothing wrong at all. I want to get to the comments. First, from the skipper, Brandon Hyde said, we're going to get some tests done and hopefully keeping our fingers crossed everything's okay there because he was absolutely cruising and so efficient. We're hoping for the best tomorrow, which is now today. And Zack essentially saying, look, we'll evaluate it tomorrow and we'll see how I feel after sleeping tonight. So again, not exactly ringing endorsements that nothing at all is wrong, but, we will know, we'll know more today. And fingers are crossed because, as you know, Grayson is out. As you know, Suarez is now on the 60-day DL. He's not coming back anytime soon. Zack Eflin, again, the first O starter to start a season with at least 3 consecutive quality starts since 2018, 7 years ago. The Orioles need Zack Eflin, and they need today's news to be good because Zack has been lights out in his first 3 starts. We're all hoping for the best. We're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to have an update. Now, speaking of injuries, Gunnar Henderson had struggled a little bit out of the gate back to the bigs with his injuries, but I think, and the sample size is small, but I think we can say that Gunnar Henderson is back. And I want you to take a look at this. Henderson taking a walk and then doing the angry bat flip. We love the angry bat flip. We love the attitude. So good. We're going to watch it again. And Henderson did a bit of everything kind of during his 5-1 win during the O's 5-1 win over the Diamondbacks. He was 2 for 4. a double, he scored 2, he stole 2, and he reached base in 3 of his 5 plate appearances. And look, I've been saying this, but as Gunnar goes offensively, the team goes. So Gunnar had a good game, and the Orioles finally scored more than 4 runs because they had only scored 4 runs once over their previous 5 games. That's how much the offense was sputtering. So we have to hope that Gunnar is going to come back and give the Birds that shot in the arm that they so badly need. And remember, I said, a few weeks ago, it's not so much the injury as it is just getting the reps. It's not that I believed that Gunnar was still hurt. It was that he, only played a handful of games in the spring. And in fact, this is what he had to say after the ball game last night. Oh, we're going to get to the trade in a moment, but this is what Gunnar had to say. The injury was never bugging me. It's just a matter of getting the timing down and just getting my feet under me. Felt like the timing was pretty good last night, but obviously, you don't get the major league reps until you're actually here. Stunk that I missed that much spring, but glad to be back now. And certainly the Orioles are glad to have him back now as well. And we finish this edition of Orioles Digest with a trade. And no, don't worry, that wasn't the trade. This guy, Daz Cameron, gets traded from the Orioles to the Brewers for Grant Wolfram, a left-handed pitcher, AAA minor league pitcher. And look, there was really no room for Daz Cameron on the roster. This is another attempt for the Orioles to build pitching depth. So we can take a look at Wolfram's numbers. He made 44 appearances with AAA Round Rock. They're in the Rangers org last year. 3.34, 26 walks, 61 Ks. He pitched almost 57 innings. He does have a career 3.99 ERA in 7 minor league seasons. He's averaged 4.6 walks, 11 strikeouts per 9. And so the Orioles acquired Grant Wolfram, the lefty, from the Brewers in exchange for Daz Cameron and cash. And again, if you think about it, as we watch Gunnar again with the angry bat flip, if you think about it, this is a move for depth again. And so the pitching depth just, Elias and Hyde keep building the pitching depth. Let's hope that we don't need depth to come in and support an injury for Zack Eflin, but we'll know more today. Again, I didn't love the comments after the game. We're going to watch this very closely. This is Orioles Digest. I'm Jon Leiberman.